Excuse me. I'm looking for the information desk.
Verzeihung, ich kann Sie nicht verstehen. Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Deutsch? Not bloody likely. Excuse me, gentlemen.
Non parlo inglese,
Siamo
guardi,
italiani,
siamo italiani,
noi,
non parliamo affatto inglese.
Stiamo qui aspettando l'aereo.
Che c'è di male, scusi, siamo italiani.
Dai, no, mi piace l'italiano.
Yeah, all right. Get the heaters. Excuse me, cop.
No speak English.
Would you believe it? More bloody foreigners here than in London. As we have here. Yup. Anybody in?
May I help you, sir?
12,000 miles to meet another nignog. So they didn't let your lot in this country.
A few of us have managed to infiltrate.
Bloody typical. Why don't you stay in your own country, where you belong?
Well, if you must know, the reason I left my own country is that there were too many blacks there.
Ah, yes. Then what part of the black continent was that?
England.
I thought I'd have anything in common with a nignog. Now look here, son. Tell me, are there any messages for me? I'm supposed to be met by Mr. Marley.
Is your name Boots, sir?
It is.
Mr. Marley did leave a message. He said he was sorry, but he couldn't wait. And could you find your way out to his workshop?
I would if I knew the address.
He left the address here.
I can't read that.
Yeah, well, I hope you enjoyed this edition of the investigation of Jack Smethurst at... Oh, God, here we go again. I always forget it, don't I? Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode and the last one of the investigation of Jack Smethurst in Love Thy Neighbour in Australia. Probably the longest ever tribute to Jack Smethurst from Love Thy Neighbour. And, I don't think there's any more, really. We just added some extra pieces that I found, and I just wanted to add some little special effects things that no one had seen, and I tried to piece together some things, but yeah, it didn't kind of work in the end. But yeah, that was just a little extra piece that I thought I'd add some vintage TV to some modern television, but it didn't quite work, but it looked pretty good. But anyway, here comes another plane. No, so what we did was, as you know, throughout the series, we'd travelled throughout Auburn Road in Auburn, New South Wales, Australia, and the Sydney Airport, west of Sydney, which was Blacktown. We visited some pubs as well in Auburn, and I showed you the now demolished Auburn RSL club, which by now, today's date, what are we looking at? This is like, we're in August now. Yeah, August. And right now, if you go and have a look at some building developing, there probably would be halfway up already, like building the however many apartments, because in that area they were building 400 apartments. Unbelievable, really unbelievable. And how crazy it's really turning. It's just one of those things. But like I said, if Eddie Booth or Jack Smethurst was here, I think he would say something about that, and also about what's really going on. But anyway, that's the end of the series. I was going to end it at on the locations last week, but I thought I'd add some extras just to show you what extras there were, like little pieces here and there. Nice sunset at the beginning, sunrise at the beginning. Hope you enjoyed that. Sunrise at I think 6 in the morning or something at the airport. But anyway, that's about all. I don't think there's much more to add. I don't have one of those little toys, squeaky balls, because that's the way the world has turned out today. You just get one of those little squeaky balls for your dog. Squeaky, you know. And it's turned out like a real clown world that we're living in right now. And everybody's so really hunky-dory, aren't they? And but that's about all with this series. Just some main points which I didn't, which I should have touched on during the series, and it's quite hard when you're doing it live. You see, when you either recording live or walking live, you're doing the recording. There's a few things. There's lots of mistakes there, and I'm just, just watching the episodes myself, I can see lots of mistakes which I had made. Like I didn't find the house to start with at the beginning, so I had to go back to the place on a separate occasion another day. So it's quite some things I didn't touch on really. Was talk a little bit about the security issues I had at the airport, but that was could say it was non-existent really. It wasn't really a big issue. I mean, these things are going on everywhere. You can't really take your phone or your camera and start taking pictures everywhere because nobody likes it. And then they get their phone or camera out and say, "Oh, I'm going to take a picture of you as well." So no, there's nothing else to touch on really. Just some other major mistakes. I'm just trying to think what else was there. Looking for the bar was another one, and I knew. Okay, looking for the bar. Yeah, this is the big one because I did point it out in. If you look at the write-up that I did in one of the episodes. Okay. Around the time I arrived in this country, around 1989, would have been around 1989, 1990. I only did ever watch the first episode, I think, of Love Thy Neighbour in Australia, and I didn't think too much of it because I've only just arrived and I'm new here and sitting there with cousins and family watching the TV. Now, when the cousins were watching the TV, the eldest of the cousins is the older one. He said to me on TV, he goes, "That's Auburn RSL Club." I said, oh, "Okay." And I didn't know what it was then. Auburn RSL Club is. He says it's near here. It's near here, and he says I recognise it. I'll take you there one night. I'll take you there. And I thought, oh, okay. So it's a thing that's come back slowly. It's just something that came back around June, July, and I never mentioned it. It's just something that happened like along the way. I'm just thinking, look, it's got to be Auburn RSL Club, and I tried to remember at that time, around the late 80s, because they repeated the Love Thy Neighbour series again in Australia on Channel 7. We were just sitting there, I think after dinner or something, and then it came on. It was after lunch, because I think they showed it in the afternoon. Yeah, they showed it in the afternoon. Yeah, and that's when that cousin had mentioned it. He said, look, that's Auburn RSL Club. And he said, I'll take you there. We went there. Yeah, we did. So around about 1989, 1990, we went there. So that I remember now. So I remember that. We had dinner there with a big family, so it was all of us there. And all you can eat. I think they brought the food to you, so it couldn't have been all you can eat, or it could have been one of the restaurants. I think it was actually one of the restaurants. So the waitresses or waiters bring the food out to you then. They did at that time. But I think there also was the all you can eat as well at that time. So lots of parking in that area. It was buzzing. The place was buzzing like you wouldn't believe. Lots of people. I mean, this is an RSL club with a lot of people. So it's a club, you know, big club where, you know, you meet people, watch bands, drink, food, everything. So, yeah, that was really enjoyable at the time. So I really do remember that now, going back. That was 1989, 1990. We probably went there 1 or 2 times back again with the family. And then I think it was then a big break, and then around about, as I said before on my videos, you heard me say, about 2006, 2007, that's when I went back to hire some DVDs or movies or something, because the DVD rental things were popular at that time, because there was a shop there so you could hire DVDs. And then I walked across the road, went in there, had a drink, whatever, at that time. So probably about 3-4 times in total I went to that place. So there's my memory. It comes back slowly. And it's also, like I said in one of my videos, when you think about something, you think about it more and more, and over the weeks you probably think about it more and more again, and then the memory comes back slowly, and you go, oh yeah, that's what really happened. I remember now. That's what really happened, and it comes back. The memory comes back slowly, like I said in one of my videos. Like I mentioned to that man on the bike, I said, now do you remember a TV show called Love Thy Neighbour? And he goes, oh, I think so, yeah. And, you know, I said to him that there was a family, that white family, and then there's the coloured family back next door. And, yeah, it was coming back to him. And maybe if he was travelling on that bike, he probably would have wanted to come back and say, now I remember. So, yeah, the memory does come back slowly. But like I said, also, a lot of things have happened in the past few years. I'm not going to touch on that. But what I mean by that is people have moved to, like I said, not really meant to forget, but things have been forgotten about, like, you know, the past. You need to bring back the past. You need to talk to each other. You need to talk to people. You need to talk to people. You need to talk to the young ones. You need to talk to the elderly, different ages, like, you know, you need to talk to the young, old, and in-betweens. Talk to each other, and, you know, and stop using the PCs or the phones. You know, you're doing that at work already, or you're going elsewhere or doing something at work, I don't know. And then you just put the phone down, you don't need it anymore, and then communicate with the family. That's all you need to do, communicate, pick up the phone, you know, ring relatives or whatever. You need to do that, because I don't mean play with your phone, you know, but that's not what is happening really. It's people have been looking at things on the phone. Oh, what's the news today? Oh, that's the news. And look, we've got to get away from that, you see. So you just need to go out on the streets, you know, meet, you know, you see your friends, or love thy neighbour. But that's about all. You know, I've finished my walking in Auburn now, and it's time for another move. So let's move away from that, and now, and think about your videos. Like, if you've got those DVDs, you can watch those. Just laugh every day. Just have a laugh, because you can't go without a laugh. And be happy, because that's the best thing we can be in it right now. And just keep enjoying those shows. Go out and buy those DVDs, you know, if you see it in the shop as well. Or like I said, you can just go on eBay and buy them, because I think that was the best thing I've done in a long time. You know, I went on to eBay, just shopping for them was really exciting. and finding them and bringing it into the club and showing the guy there that I said hello to. And there was also a spelling mistake when I showed him the Love Thy Neighbour in Australia, and he looked at it and he goes, "Oh, not bad." so there's a spelling mistake there. I think I put, "Oh, no bad." But anyway, that's all. But and as I said before, I've tried to get in touch with the cast of the show. So I tried to get in touch with the agents first to see if I can get in touch with the cast to actually get them on the show here. But it's all good, and I did what I could do, and we'll leave it there for this series. But yeah, it's been a good road trip for me to do this, bring you this show, and always happy to do these things. And I've got another adventure around the corner. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so peace to everybody. Love thy neighbour. Look up. There's a blue sky in the air. Not tonight, but another night, another afternoon. And be good to everybody. And I'm not going to use any more language, but be happy. Bye for now. What is it? What did I say? Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Some people say bro. I don't say bros. Okay. Yeah, how are you?